Hello, my friend. Happy Monday evening fireside chat. I'm Pat Sloan for my daily video, and it's November. Yes, I'm so excited for November. I don't know. It just feels like a fresh start when you hit the month, when you hit the beginning of the month. So if you did not download your calendar yet, here it is. We had a friend on the group ask, who's new to the group, what's the calendar for? It lists all the projects that are going on and whether there's a video for the day, which is every day but Monday. And then it also has the topic of the day, because when there's a video, I have a topic to encourage you, to help you do things around the house, around your sewing space rather, whatever the topic is. So today's topic, we'll start off with that, is the color aqua. So if you have a quilt made primarily with the color aqua, or we can stretch it to the color teal, because I have teal in my Out West quilt that we're going to talk about next. So teal aqua, like what I'm wearing, is probably more blue, but depending on your screen, you might be reading it as aqua. It's kind of that blue shade that depends on, if you see it in real life. Even some people might call it more turquoise. Aquas, I think, tend to be much lighter in shade. And maybe lean a little bit to the green, have that little green tinge in them. We used to have a lady years ago in the guild who used a lot of aqua and light gray. So when she did a quilt, that you saw those colors hanging in a show or showing somewhere, you almost always knew it was hers, because it wasn't a color scheme that was actually being used very much, and so it really stood out. So show me your aqua quilts over at the group Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, and let's take a look at Out West. This has been such a fun sew along for me personally. I don't always develop such a fancy layout, so this layout for me is a little bit fancier, something I probably would have maybe put in a book. So I want to get you a little closer. We did have a kit in the beginning, so a group of you bought the kit, which would have had the exact same fabrics I have. Now I did at the very end add a little bit of touch of Morris and Park in here, because I thought, oh, it came out, I really want to add a little bit in there. So it is a star within a star within a star. So now if you are doing any kind of sampler or have a miscellaneous group of 12, well, not 12, however many blocks it is, 9 blocks, this setting could be used for any 9 12-inch blocks, 9 blocks that are 12-inch finished size. So it's out there on my website, and I hope you share a picture at my website today. The links are below the video here. Go over to my website, and at the very end is the quilt show. And I know a lot of you are sharing over at the Facebook page, but not everybody's on Facebook, and plus it's nice to see them all together. So if you do share on Facebook, it'd be lovely if you'd reshare them here at the quilt show. You have to be sure the size isn't too big, otherwise you might get an error. So that means reduce the resolution of it so that it's not so high res, because a lot of your cameras, you're taking this mega big high res picture and it can't load to the website that I rent space on for the quilt shows. Yes, I have to rent space for that. So I want to be sure everybody's using it, otherwise I'm going to stop offering those, because I have to pay for the service. Okay. So that is Out West. It's done. Well, it needs quilted, right? So it's going to go to the spa, because, my goal, everything for 2020 needs to be quilted, even if and the binding's done. So that one I will send over to Cindy and Dennis, who will quilt it for me. Now we are working also on Mondays are the next section for the Christmas trees, the charming Christmas trees, which are done with charm packs. You do 2 charm packs for a tree. Let me show you the bigger one first, because that one's finished. My friend Sue made this one for me and quilted it. She is such a doll. Okay, be sure I don't knock over my coffee and all of this. Here is a few of you were like, oh, they don't look so big as in the picture. Well, you don't have things to judge it by when you see a photo here. So I'm holding it. It is almost, here it is on the floor, like the bottom is touching the floor. So I am 5'4", so this is about 5 feet. It actually, you could wrap up in this one on the couch. This is the big size, And there, I'll just hold it in the middle. So you cut all the pieces last week, and now this week, and there's a picture at the website. Now this week, you need to start sewing it together. I got the little mini charms, and I started the small one. And the small one's much, much tinier. It's a wall size, or you could lay it on a tabletop, or you could just take it at this point and make it a pillow. That would be super cute. Darling, darling, right? Look at that. Now I want to show you what I've got going on with the squares, sort of like how my management is of the outer rim, because the next part is to do the outer rim of this. This is a free pattern. You can go to the project page. So here is, you know, how that little tree or the big tree, you have another, I already have the gray on that one, and now I have all the squares. So let me show you what I've got going on. Whoop. Just move, I have so much stuff here. Okay, so I've got the little design board, and I have in progress the one side. So I've actually laid them all out in order like this. You know, so ahead of time up on my design wall, I laid them all out for the side. This is one of the sides, so that, you know, you can see the coloration. And I didn't want two colors touching, and then when it rounds, you know, when it rounds the bend, you know, I didn't want the same fabric again. So this is set together, which I just put these little numbers on them, or letters. So this is the top row, side, and bottom row, all done in order. So I have them all set. And when I showed you this picture before when I had each of the units cut out, you know, so there, of course, all the other things. And these are the leftovers. So I'm thinking for the squares that are left, that I will sew them as I get to a unit that I have to stop. I will use them as a start and stop section, these leftovers, and make one long strip, and I'll put it on the backing of it. So I keep it all on the design board so that it is nice and tidy. There we go. Except that these slide off if they're not actually attached. I don't have that one on there right now. So I think that the tree, if you have not started yet, you can do either one from, like, if you're doing the big one and you have a layer cake that you like, or of course you can do it from scraps. But they're, the charm packs are 5-inch squares, so you have to have 2 sets of 5-inch squares, you know, like whatever that number is, 42 I think in a package, but then you have some leftovers. So one of our friends on the Facebook group did the small one as all green, and somebody did a small one as scrappy all red. Oh my gosh, they're both so cute. So you had to go scroll the photos over there and see what all the cuteness is. There's lots and lots of it. So I had I'm doing some work on the cozy things, getting ready for Wednesday, and I thought, well, let me try the setting block. I will show you pictures of it up on the wall on Wednesday, but since you're here, you've been watching my video, you get a little preview of what I'm doing. So first of all, let me just get this so I can show you. Okay, so what I did is I knew that I wanted to keep it very light, my setting blocks, very, very light. So I had gotten the stripe and the word text. And then I want to put a little pop of something. I don't want stripe in the middle. So I tried the peach because I'm trying to use that in a bunch of the blocks. And then I tried the red, which looks really good. There is a heavy red fabric. Let me see if I can reach it over here. The snowflakes. So this is the snowflake fabric that will be the setting in the setting. So there'll be a long strip of that on both sides. So I put a red, and then I put the aqua. And this is the one that I ended up with. So before I sewed this one, I actually went and put all the blocks on the wall. And you'll see that on Wednesday. And I took a photo with it mocked up like this, mocked up like that, and then the aqua. And I really liked how this So we've got a running theme. This might be even light blue, but I think it leans in that direction of the aqua. So I'm really happy with that setting block. That gives me the effect I wanted, which is very light, because that snowflake is very dark. So you're going to have these 2 snowflakes, then you'll have 3 sets of piece blocks, and then in between each piece block there's 6 of these, and so you can see all that on the layout that you have for cozy things. So are you doing some stuff for cozy things? This is November, and I have thought, now I'm taping this on Sunday, but I'm actually thinking, do I want to do something special to document November for cozy things? So I want to make just like a little, like a journal, like write something. Maybe even I should write it on the calendar. So you can't write very much on there, can you? Just a little thing, maybe something I'm grateful for, something I noticed every day, like today is raining again. But I am going to go see my family this evening, and so that's a big plus, even if it is raining. And you know, I had a nice cup of coffee, and it's November 1st. So I might write something on here, but if I want to write more, I'll probably do it online, do a journal online, because that's a little easier for me to write a whole big thing out if I wanted to write something what I was grateful for. So I don't know. I'm kind of playing around with that. Just because this is such a crazy year, 2020. There's just so many things. Like I can say what I'm grateful for with my wrists, like, you know, how they're doing, how they're progressing. They're coming along. Now I did have a little naming contest. I'm down to 3 names. This is the hand gripper that I have to use to build strength, and I'll probably have to be using this for quite a while. You know, she said maybe even until like next summer, like every day I have to do a session with this on both hands. So I figured this needed a name. So I asked for names. So I got 3 names that I like. So now I have to decide. You can chime in on which of the 3 names you like. There's one name is called Stella. Bobby told me this one, my friend Bobby, because she said every Stella she's known has been a tough person. She said that just seems like a good name. Then I like to have real names, like a lot of people said, call it Grippy, and you know, but I like to have names that sound like people names for everything. Like even my dogs, when I had dogs, had people names. So Greta was another one, and then Harry, for Handy Harry. So I don't know. I have to think. I'm leaning towards Stella, but you know, the other 2 are also fun too, because you know I have Jack for Jack the Ripper, the seam ripper. Our seam rippers are called Jack. So I'm thinking, now you know, for a lot of you that don't have a lot of hand strength, this is an excellent tool. That's what this is for, and you may want to get one. They're not very expensive. This has an adjustment, so you turn this knob for tension, because my right hand is stronger than my left, so I have to change the tension between the 2 because I can't grip as tight with the left hand. The other thing I was looking at was lotion. Since I used up the one lotion, I have to put lotion on my scars, and so I was looking at all the scents. I tried the Sweater Weather, the Vanilla Mocha Cafe, and then this one's Peach, which is like a different season, isn't it? But it smells so nice. Whoops. Oh, they're heavy. These guys are heavy. So these are all from the Bath & Body Works. So I'm leaning towards this one. I've been using that one for a few days. It smells nice. This is my life. See, I could write about that. Which one did I pick? I could put that down for my daily thought. So I've decided, do you remember I had a goal? I had a goal that I would finish the word Halloween on the cross stitch, on the frightful, here it is, Fright Night cross stitch. There's the pattern. Oh, here it is on the back. Let me just show you the whole thing. It's so cute, and they just put it in this really cute frame with the plaid. Isn't that darling? That's so adorable. I love it. So it's going to take me a while to do it all, but I got the Halloween done, and then I thought I'm going to get the spider web done. And we had this massive spider web this year out for a long time out right off my deck, and it was hooked to the grill and hooked over to a plant stand. It was crazy, but it was high up. I don't know. It was odd, but it's gone now. So this is my tribute to that friend that was visiting for a while there. She was out there for weeks, it seemed. But I got the spiderweb done. So now probably what I will do is take this and store it. So I will take the needle off, put it in a needle case or something, and I will put it in my Halloween bag, and then I want to do something small that I can finish, because these bigger ones just take me a while. So I'm looking at a smaller one. Let me show you what I'm looking at, because it's over here. Bring my rolling assistant over. There's 3 here that I was thinking about, and I want to, so there's this one, which, whoops, let's do this one first. This one's called Be Joyful, and it has, it's super cute, and it's not a lot of work. There's a whole series of these, so I could do a whole bunch of these little ones. They would be cute to make for the little hanger. So I've got like one over there. You can see that I showed you the little hanger. It could also be a mug rug. You know, I could just put like the cloth part next to it. So that'd be super cute. Then there's, this one's called Hot Cocoa. So I like that one too, because it's also not a ton of stitching, and I like that one a lot. It could be a super cute little piece to just decorate with. And this one I totally love. And so whichever one of those 2 I'm doing, I'm also doing this one. This is from Brenda Gervais, who is Sandy Gervais' sister. Sandy is a marvelous fabric designer that I love, my friend Sandy. And so I got to do this snowman. She does a few like this. I forget, what size hoop is this in? What's an 8x8 piece. So I also need to get a cute little hoop, a little wooden like hoop. If you guys, I have to look, let's see if the Backwater Shop has those. I'm sure they must. This I definitely will do. So I'm leaning towards one of these. Opinions. Everything today is, I need opinions from everybody. Well, yeah, of course. So, also, if you want to try some floss, I found that this set of floss is on sale right now. Let me show you. This is the Aurifil floss, and so if you have always wanted to try their floss, I can get that out of there. There we go. It comes with 2 sets, and so they're different colors. So I opened one. So they come on these darling little spools, so you can just store them like this. They're so sweet. But if you've been wanting to, they're a really, really good price, and you get both of them in this package. So it's an excellent deal, and I'll link you to that, because I know a lot of you want to try it, and it's always great if you can try it on sale. You know, that's my opinion anyway. Try it on sale. So I've been thinking, it looks like I have a lot of stuff here going on, because I do. I still have like this whole bunch of things, and I thought I just was sort of, I needed, a few of them I need to tie up the loose ends, like the Out West. I will, that's ending now, so I can get that done. The cross stitch I will put away and pull out, like maybe twice a month I'll do Halloween cross stitch, and just work on it like that. But I have some other, things come in that I was like, oh, I'd like to try that. Do you ever get that where, something comes and you're like, I showed you the sweater, right? I just think these sweaters are so cute, and it would be cute to do a couple of them, like maybe do a little banner with just a couple of them. I don't know what size they are. I'd have to read the pattern. The whole quilt is, does it say, 42, it's big, 62 by 60. So the whole quilt is 62 by 60. So those might be 20-inch blocks. It might be a cute pillow. That might be cute, because it's a sweater, so I can decorate into January, February with a sweater, right? Because it's winter. So the Backwater Shop does a lot of kits, and this is one of their kits, is the Ruby Society, who these people are, and this particular fabric kit has that. comes, when you get the kit, it comes with their thread and the fabrics and a pattern. So you get that whole collection. But I discovered that the fabric in this kit that just came the other day is the sweater fabric. This is the sweater fabric. So this is perfect. So I have the blue, the navy, and the red. So I have exactly what I need to do a couple of these sweaters as a pillow, because I can either use my own fabrics for the body, because, you know, whoops, so you can see it here. So it has like the long part is that stripe is like, here, I'm gonna get one of them. So like the stripe is going across. It looks Nordic, right? And like if I did the red one, I could, if I wanted, had the bottom of it, I could do this. If I'm doing the blue one, I could do these little guys for the bottom. See, more aqua. Some of this is Christmassy looking, because here's like, you know, Christmas balls in the holly, but most of it's not that Christmas oriented. A tree, but you know, winter trees can be green. So anyways, I'm digressing. Rambling and digressing. So what I think to myself sometimes is that it would be cool to do like just a block. When you see something, it's like you get it out of your system. It's like so cute. You do one and then you do something with it. You make one sweater block, or make 3 sweater blocks, maybe make a table runner of sweater blocks, or make a couple pillows with sweater blocks. This would be an excellent way with a lot of patterns, particularly when they're sort of image based like this, that you can just sort of get the feel for making it. Like you make one house on a house quilt and then do something with it. You don't always have to make the entire quilt. Sometimes you can make just a part of it and get the satisfaction of making that block, seeing how cute it is, and making it into something and enjoying it. So look around at what you have, because I bet you have some things that are just patterns that, or you know, maybe even in books that you're like, I would just like to do that thing. Like I showed you the other day for the table runner with the apples. I just put 3 apples on the table runner. I could do one sweater block and do, you know, the rest some fabric and make it a table runner. But I just think it'd be cute as a pillow. Yes, yes, yes. Am I the only one that thinks like this? You know, like, I don't think so, right? But I have to look at things more like, okay, I don't need to make the whole quilt to get the satisfaction of making it. That is key. Like, that would be really cute to make the pillow and then quilt it on my sashiko machine, which has the longer stitches that look like hand quilting. That would just be a perfect thing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll add that to my list. You know my list, the one that's that long. It's a big list. All right, so let's take a look at the sampler. The Sew Sampler box that I got in, because I don't open it and I don't look at their reveals or anything. So here we go. I'm gonna see what's in here for this month. And they did a reveal, so I know, like, if you didn't get your box yet, this is a subscription, so you know, people, it has to come in the mail, but it's been at most people's houses for a very long time now. Okay, there's always a theme. It's called My Happy Place. Oh, that just works perfectly with our cozy, doesn't it? Ah, and that's so pretty. So what do we get? They always give you a coupon. So on the back there's a coupon off 25% off one designer's fabrics, which is always a nice. So in here they give you a little booklet that tells you all the things that come in the kit. The new papers. So there's the new foundation papers for the courthouse steps. This is for using up scraps, so that they don't shift, and then you take the paper off. But like if you're foundation piecing and you have scraps that have a lot of bias, then when you're on foundation you don't have to worry about the bias. You just sew, but then you rip the papers off. So they come in a big size too. And this is something for this is something for 2021 that I want to use one of these, or maybe several times I'll use the foundations. We'll give that a try and do some blocks. They sent the little scissor IDs. I showed you these the other day. So I have one open. If you missed that video, here it is. I missed that video. These little scissors, scissor IDs tell you paper scissors, so like your family knows they can use those ones. Fabric scissors, whoops. So here, I'll show you this one. They're a little magnet, so that says paper on it. It's got a piece of paper, and then you just put it on your scissor so that you don't have anybody, you know, this, they would know then that they were allowed to use those ones. So there you go. They're really cute. So you can get those. I'll link you to them. You can get those without having the box. Then what did we get? We got some Elizabeth Hartman fabrics. So there's super cute mushrooms. Look at the strawberries. All these tiny little prints. Oh, this nice green. And then they always give you a pattern. So the pattern is to use these in with the these foundations. So you use this with the foundations. That's a fun thing to do. Now you have it's something to try it out on, and they always give you a little written pattern in the box. But since you're going to use foundations on this one, you can just pick up one of these. And then the last one is this is to draw, see, for like a lot of people like to draw lines when they're doing half square triangles, and you sew on either side of the center line, and they use these strips. So it has a name. Let me see what they call it officially. Yeah, it's a seam guide tool. So there's a picture, which is easier than me trying to explain it if you're not used to it. So this over here is what's going on. Now, I use the guide beam on the machine, which draws an image, you know, so I don't have to draw it myself. But a lot of people really like to do this, and if you don't have a guide beam on your machine, you know, then this is the way to go. And then you can also use it for a little ruler then to cut the half square triangle in half, you know, so great. And then they're also doing a block of the month that they give you the pattern. So that's each month they give you this card, and you can sew along and do the blocks. So that's a good box. Fun stuff. This is cute fabric. Alrighty. November. I think this is going to be a great month. I will be talking about some more cozy things all during November. I read a really funny web post, a lady who's just a great writer, about her November list for the holidays, you know, being sure that then in December she has everything done. Like she has this November list, and it just cracked me up, and I thought, I should do one of those for us. I should do like a November list with funny stuff on it. Not this year, but maybe I'll link you up to hers and you can go read it. It was pretty cute. You know, basically her idea was to make a plan for November to get your, you know, your shopping done and all these other things, so that when December comes, you're not in this mad rush. So it's always a good goal, right? Does anybody do it? Sometimes. No, I've rarely done it. No, rarely. I'm usually just in the mad rush. Which is kind of fun, actually, right? Sometimes the mad rush is part of the fun. So down below are all my links, my friend. I love that you're here. Thank you for using them. Show me your pictures. I love you. Mwah. See you online.